Modifiers, and why I couldn't care less. Right, one of the main questions I get asked quite a lot in all of my comments is why am I not playing with modifiers? What do I think of the modifiers? A load of other stuff with modifiers. Honestly, to answer the question very bluntly, I couldn't care less. Now, the next question is, why couldn't I care less? Well, one, I play with directives quite a lot. I mean, I'm not at the moment in this footage, but typically I play with directives a fair bit. And a lot of the modifiers just feel like directives with caveats, which to me isn't a fun and engaging way to play. I find a lot of them as well very unbalanced. I'm aware they've changed a few things and they've made something shinier and put some sprinkles on and they're giving it a nice little bow tie and done its hair up, but it's still the same shitty little kid, you know? So personally, I couldn't care. Along with the fact that a lot of the modifiers, I'm aware there's like a catch-22 with some of them, like you do like a stupid amount of damage, but only at this range, and if you're not at that range, you don't do any damage, and bloody blood. Honestly, like, we're able to near enough one-shot our way through the entire game anyway. We're able to do absolutely ridiculous levels of DPS. I don't see the point in being more powerful. I watched a friend of mine run Legendary Manning with modifiers not too long ago with like a high-end, well I say high-end, not high-end gear, like a top-tier striker build. He was doing like 11 million a shot on an AR. 11 million a shot on an AR. Yeah. Sounds like fun. Well, to some of you, maybe. But to me, if I'm going to play with like that level of difficulty, I'll just put my game on normal. There, there's my god tier moment. To put it simply, modifiers for me are nothing new, exciting. They're not a new and engaging way to play. They're not this fun, interesting, different dynamic. It's the same crap we've always been doing, but as long as you do things in just the right specific way, you're OP as hell. And to me, that is not fun. Just my personal take. It's one of the reasons that I basically will not be covering modifiers other than this video, and I've got like another one planned. That's basically it. Another reason as to why I don't like modifiers is I've actually been engaging in a bit of matchmaking lately. Because to me, this season literally offers nothing new other than just absolute cretin level of micromanagement and BS. This season offers quite literally nothing new for me. I've just been engaging in a bit of matchmaking, see if, I don't know, it makes it a little bit more entertaining for me. And, I mean, it is, but it's also making me want to just, you know, delete my own eyes. As well as I genuinely have started to feel quite bad for players, because I look at where a lot of them are getting their builds from, and nothing is explained. Nothing at all. Even some of the higher level players, people you would think would know, are being absolutely caught in the trap of YouTube now with modifiers. One of my favourite ones that I've seen recently is this: 2-piece Palisade, 2-piece Brazos Contractors, Iron Lung. The crit stats are weird. It's weirdly rolled into status. There's a Ninja Buy backpack. I mean, if you want to go that way, fine, go for it. But this dude was very, very confused as to why in a legendary mission he was doing nothing. Because he joined my group and I didn't have modifiers active. That's why. And your build isn't going to do anything unless you have modifiers active. Like, I felt sorry for him. Because he just didn't understand it. The worst one, though, was this dude. And the reason I'm not showing them the actual screenshot is because I know full well someone's going to be like, oh, you're bullying them, bloody, bloody, blah. This dude was like SHD 120. Very new to the game. Clearly just didn't understand. But he said that he got this build from YouTube. Couldn't remember who. And in the footage that they showed on YouTube, it was like one-shotting everything. And then he tested it in-game and it was one-shotting everything. Had great survivability. It was fun for him. He joined me just for a few random events running around on Heroic with no modifiers on. He couldn't kill a red, and I think he died to purple ads so many damn times that, yeah, I'm not even actually sure if he's coming back to the game. He sounded so defeated. So defeated. And the reason for this, for both of them, is 99% of your damage is coming from modifiers. People are advising builds around the modifiers. Modifiers aren't always going to be there. And next season, you're going to get different modifiers that will potentially work very differently. So yeah, while the modifiers are active, building, I'm not saying building for the modifiers is a bad thing, but especially if you're going to go into matchmaking, don't use your build that wholly relies on modifiers, because you're going to have a bad time. Don't recommend your build outside of modifiers, and clearly state this is a build specifically to be used with modifier. Like, honestly, just... And this also kind of like bleeds into some of the comments that I've had lately. I actually haven't had one like immediately lately, like in the past few days, but over the past like week or so, I've seen people be like, oh yeah, but my build does like bloody blah damage, and it's like amazing and it's easy when I have like something of the teeth act. I don't remember, some stupid modifier act. I'm just like, turn the modifier off, then test your build. And then they reply saying, sorry. Imagine, right, if you used an actual properly thought out, conceived and built build and then turned your modifiers on. Wouldn't that be amazing? So yeah, that's my take on modifiers. I mostly just don't like them. I don't find them fun, engaging or anything. To me, it's the same shit, just with a bit of like glitter sprinkled on them. But also I am kind of just not doing it just out of like, I don't know, temper tantrum protest. Simply just because there's a lot of new players coming into the game, or there seems to be a lot of new players coming into the game that don't understand that modifiers are a major buff to your build, but they are not your build. And I kind of like just leaving them off and then just matchmaking for random stuff, just to give people a nice little reality check that, yeah, your build isn't so great when you can't lean on a crutch. Anyway, that's just about going to do it for this video. Have fun, good luck, don't die, it's bad for the health.